who followed this flag 150 years ago knew what it meant. Treason against their country. The death of the United States. America defeated the men who followed that flag. Those with honor surrendered and cast it aside forever. So why does it keep showing up today at events supporting Donald Trump? And why does he call the folks who carry it very fine people?
I think there's blame on both sides, but you also had people that were very fine people.
What does it say that they're all in for Trump? What does it say that he won't condemn a flag of hate, division, and losers? For us, it says this is a time for choosing America or Trump.
Okay, this is going to be, I guess, another video in the series about Donald Trump, racism, and the Confederate flag, which is, to me, a symbol of racism and white superiority. So I freeze-framed that in that previous clip, an ad. I didn't notice this at first, but this is where the Republican cult, Trump cult of white supremacists and racists are going. And maybe you people are actually happy about this. I wonder, are the mainstream Republican? Well, I know that some of them, many of them, are left the party. But WBCK keeps pushing this, or they seem to tolerate it, and they don't criticize it. And then they antagonize. I'm talking about, yes, Mr. Rank, Mr. David Rankowitz, and Mr. Tim Collins. It's 24/7 white grievance and white privilege. You know what? I could do a whole half hour on white people getting angry at Mexicans, or white people getting angry at African Americans, or white people getting angry at Asians. It doesn't matter what group. It's white people getting angry at other whatever and yelling at them in stores, etc., and parking lots. And is that the country you want? Okay, I know you white people, I'm a white person, right? But I know you white men at WBCK have had it so rough for so many years. For what, 400 years in the United States? You've had it, so bad. You know what? Blacks could not, African Americans could not, not only could they could not serve on juries, they could not vote. Well, for the longest time, they were not taught to read and write. Oh, and I'm going to get into the local content with Sojourner Truth. Maybe I should do that. I should read the plaque. You know, yeah, you people at WB, I'm sorry, I'm just going to beat up on you people. God, and you deserve it too. I'm going to have to put your pictures in here and make it even more interesting. Well, at any rate. So I'll read the plaque. So I know you guys are discriminated against terribly. I bet you're pulled over by the police all the time for no reason. Well, okay, yeah, back to this frozen clip. This is where your party is headed, WBCK. These are nice young men. Okay, what does it say? Bomb the shit out of ISIS. Well, ISIS has been, this is nice language to use. And I know you hate the Muslims, I don't know. So it fits in with the racism business. And then, of course, but we're not bombing ISIS, as far as I know. That was just another empty campaign promise. And then this is the second empty campaign promise from Trump, as the other guy has Hillary for prison. You know what? Hillary hasn't been charged with anything. yeah, Hillary has not been charged with anything, and I don't know what Donald Trump is waiting for. I think they have nothing on Hillary to charge her with. That's the first problem. And then the other problem is all of Trump's campaign has been charged. Well, should I list them all that have been charged with crimes? It's Manafort, Rick Gates, Roger Stone, General Flynn, Michael Cohen. They've all been charged. Most of them have been convicted. They were all convicted, I think. I don't think any of them got off. So, and Manafort served time in prison. Roger Stone would have served time in prison. I don't know how you guys explain that. That practically the whole campaign lied, cooperated with the Russians, did money laundering. I don't know what all they did. Jury tampering, or what do you call witness tampering? Not jury tampering, witness tampering. So it's just an endless criminal operation that you've got going. And I realize that WBCK has been rather quiet on Donald Trump recently because there's nothing good to say about Donald. Actually, I've got a clip I should play of him talking endlessly about water. So if you think of an old man, your grandpa, bitching about how in the good old days you didn't have to conserve water, I don't know. But I'll play it and, see what. But anyway, and then this is another local angle thing here. This is the protest against Whitmer, right? Well, you don't like women either. You don't like powerful women, definitely. Powerful, competent women like Gretchen Whitmer. So you got to protest against them, and it makes you feel insecure. Hey, at least the guy's wearing a mask. I noticed that. The guy with the Confederate flag is wearing a mask. So maybe there is a glimmer of hope. Right, because at first you were refusing to wear masks. And by the way, I have two. Well, I could give two mask stories involving. Well, I would call them privileged males. But at any rate, let's get back to the racism and the Confederate flag business. Yeah, this was in Michigan, and what are you still fighting the Civil War? You want to bring back slavery? I don't know what Michigan was on the side of the Union in the Civil War. Oh God, I don't know. You guys are going to have to explain. Let me just say again, if you guys aren't racists, man, you walk and talk and act every bit like a bunch of Yahoo racists. Sorry, man. So you guys are, in my book, you guys are guilty until proven innocent on the racism thing. And that means you, WBCK, too. So I've got, for local content, again, I've got some, I was surprised to learn, surprised and somewhat upset, but these kind of things now, you have to expect this kind of thing, that there are Confederate flags in my neighborhood. Wait, I'm laughing. Why am I laughing? Yeah, there are Confederate flags in my neighborhood. So, unfortunately, I'm getting a little obsessed with this. But, okay, I think that's all I got to say on that. And then we'll go to the more local content.
Okay, I'm going to read this is the Sojourner Truth Monument plaque, and I'm just going to read it. It says, Isabella Hardenberg was born into slavery in 1797 in Ulster County, New York. Upon gaining her freedom, believing she had heard a voice from God, she changed her name to Sojourner Truth. This 6 foot tall, gaunt woman with a resounding voice became one of America's most influential crusaders for justice. Let me just say here that I think, if I have the history correct, that she was beaten by her master and decided to just escape, run away. Paragraph 2, at the 1851 Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio, she spoke eloquently of women's rights. Quote, I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man, and I can eat as much too. I can get it. I'm as strong as any man that is now. I have heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused man to sin. Well, if any woman upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right, side up again. Her moving words held the historic convention spellbound. Her orations are remembered today. And greatly, I'm having trouble reading this because the type is our historical heritage. Greatly something our historical heritage. In 1857, Sojourner Truth Park moved here to Battle Creek. Throughout her long life, she continued the journey, and to continue to journey and to speak widely on social
social and legal, I think it is, social and legal affairs, including women's suffrage. Okay, let's see. Let me just say, she continued to speak widely for social and legal reform, including women's suffrage, desegregation, and the plight of former slaves. She died in 1883, I believe it says, and is buried at Oak Hill Cemetery in Battle Creek. Her influential, she said simply, of her influential life, she said simply, the Lord had a plan for me. Okay, this was erected in 1997. So it appears that there's a lot of work to be done. And from hearing unfortunately, from WBCK, we're retrogressing. So we're at least some people are amazingly, the Trumper people and the people that listen to WBCK are resentful. Not only you're resentful of the former slaves, the African Americans, you're resentful of the Indians. Well, is there no the Indians, the American Indians? I heard today. What was it? What was the complaint about them? Because they're changing the Redskins' name. It's just amazing to me. You can't concede any ground at all. So you can complain about the name changes, and the Indians have been just decimated, by disease and relocation and who knows what. And to say that I don't. I'm stopping. Okay, well, the previous image there was of a billboard, what do you call it? They call it dynamic billboard. It's like a big TV screen, sort of. That's in Michigan, so this is semi-local content. I actually helped pay for that a little bit. But that was taken a couple of weeks ago, and there were only, 130, what did it say, 133,000 had died. Can I repeat I'm sorry, I'm going to go after WBCK, I can't help it. You know, you created this monster. I'm gonna come back to that. You created Trump in a way, because your white grievance or what complaining or scapegoating for years, 10 years, 15 years, since I came to Battle Creek. It used to be in the good old days, you were all upset and hot and bothered about gays. Rush Limbaugh was hot and bothered about gays, and they were taking over the school. I don't know, what was the conspiracy there? They were taking over the school system. They're going to turn your children into gays. That was the other conspiracy theory. Sorry. And that was in 2004, because that was to set up the re-election of George W. Bush. By the way, you were wrong about George W. Bush, too. So let me just mention that. He was not a very good president. And what we had the Iraq War, which was a really disaster war. But you guys supported that, right? So you guys were wrong about the Iraq War. But you supported it wholeheartedly, and you all had the yellow ribbon, magnetic yellow ribbons that were made in China for about when you paid $2 or $4 for them. Woo, you guys are patriots, man. So where was I? I was back to the good old days when you guys were beating up on homosexuals and gay marriage was your big obsession. This is before you started hating on the Mexicans. So try to get your catechism down. I'm using the word catechism. Rank always used the word ideology. I'm going to use the word catechism because you've got this catechism written in stone. It's amazing. So let's take the catechism, take the Mexicans out of the current catechism and replace it with gays and gay marriage. Okay? And then you have the good old days. So it was hatred, fear and hatred. That's what you guys are selling. Tim Collins, you are selling fear and hatred. And I don't know how you manage to do that and feel good at the end of the day. You can say, wow, that was wall to wall, almost complete 24 hours. I mean, there's a couple of sports programs. I think there's a guy in the early morning that doesn't go full opinion, full propaganda. But wow, during the daytime, from when you get on until, and there's Rank, there's Limbaugh, there's Hannity, and there's more hate and fear. Hate and fear. That's what you guys are selling. Now, NPR doesn't do that. NPR, another radio station, does not do that. For the most part, they're trying to give you news. I mean, there's not that much opinion. There's very little straight propaganda opinion. In other words, NPR is not going to tell you how good Joe Biden is constantly, and what a great president he is. Or the Democratic Congress, how great the Democratic Congress is. But you guys are, so let me see. Okay, so let me get back. So yeah, you guys are selling hate and fear, and you're doing a very good job. And when you sell hate and fear constantly, so it was about the Mexicans and foreigners in general, right? So xenophobic. You've produced a Donald Trump. So congratulations, Tim Collins, David Renkowitz. It's Renkowitz, right? I got to pronounce that correctly. One day I'll learn how to pronounce it. So you guys have had a hand, and you should sleep so well, thinking, wow, this bozo, shall we go over the bozo record? He was not a billionaire. When he came into office, he certainly wasn't a billionaire. He inherited the business and a ton of money from his father. Okay? And he proceeded to lose like $1 billion or $2 billion in, say it with me, Atlantic City casinos. Atlantic City casinos. 4 of them, Rank and Tim, 4 casinos Donald Trump bought or constructed. I think he bought one that was already there, and I think he constructed 1 or 2. I don't know. He had 4. Had is the correct. He had 4. 3 of them are totally bankrupt, defunct, gone, because Donald Trump doesn't know how to run things, and he's lazy, and he likes to golf, right? So, and he likes to watch TV, and he likes to tweet. But he doesn't like to run things, and he can't. So his first big, huge business move was Atlantic City casinos. A humongous failure. Humongous. So we should call him a failed businessman. So you guys have taken a failed casino operator who's bankrupt, well, we'll say 4 times. I'm going to be generous. Some people say he's bankrupt 6 times. I don't know how they get that, and I don't know what the distinction is. I know that all the casinos that he started, he no longer owns, and 3 of them are completely gone. They're not operating. One was sold to another company, and apparently it may still be operating. Humongous failure. And now I ask you people, how many of you in Battle Creek or Calhoun County or whatever county you're in, how many times have you gone bankrupt 4 times? What happens when you go bankrupt like 2, 3, 4 times? You can't get a loan from a bank. Your credit is gone. You can't get any loans for anything. I don't think you could get a car loan. Couldn't get a car loan. You can't get any loan. You can't get for a house or, well, whatever. Or a business, to start a business. You couldn't do any of that. Let's get back to, God, this is such a waste of everyone's time to have to go over stuff and to go over basic facts. And then, by the way, you're partially responsible, I would say, because I'm being really tough today. Not only are you responsible for Donald Trump, the creation of Donald Trump, who has failed at practically everything he started. And you could go with the stakes he failed. The foundation has been closed and defunct. The university has been closed and sued. Vodka, what else? Steaks, vodka, water, Trump Magazine, Trump football, everything that he started. And he dives into these things without knowing what he's doing, and they invariably go bankrupt or bust or whatever. So now he's doing golf courses. And by the way, he's doing it with Russian money. I hate to mention that, but yes, Russian money. Because he can't get a loan from an American bank because he's gone bankrupt 4 times. So the Russians have to help him out with financing. And I'm understanding that most of those golf courses are losing money. Losing money. And that's even with the Secret Service coming in and having to stay, and foreign dignitaries coming in and have to stay, whatever. So the golf courses are in trouble too. This is sounding like a broken record, but repetition is your friend, right, David? Let's talk Whitmer. Well, no. So we have the pandemic. And yes, let me go back to you guys are partially responsible. You BCK and Town Square Media, Fox News, all the right-wing media industrial complex. That's what you guys got. Sinclair, let's see, do I get them all? Sinclair, that gives us our local TV. That's right-wing. And then we got WBCK and Town Square Media. Those are all right-wing. You got them all over. Flint, Grand Rapids. I don't know where all you got them. Flint, Grand Rapids, Lansing, Kalamazoo. So you, in effect, you are responsible partly for Donald Trump, and you're partly responsible for his total mishandling of it. So that number there, 153,769. Yeah, I think you're responsible. You get my drift? So let's project out into November. You're going to be still Trumpering. You're going to be Trumpers. You're going to go down. There'll be, I'm going to make a prediction. The virus will be here. The numbers will keep going up. What are the total number? The number of deaths are actually increasing. I think they're above 1,000 a day. 1,000 a day. So it will be here in November. And the economy will be a disaster. It will be, I don't know if it will be as bad. I don't think it will be as bad as the Great Depression because we've got the safety net. We've got government, we've got food stamps, and we've got Medicare, Medicaid, we got assistance, food pantries. So hopefully it won't get as bad as the Great Depression. And you want to reelect this bozo? It's just, so what else can I say? So here, let me take a break here. I'm going to, now you had a little snide attack at somebody. I don't know, maybe me, somebody else. I don't know, but I'll respond to it. Okay, well, let me try to sum up the election and WBCK's role in the local media situation. It's going to be a choice. I think it's going to be a choice between fear, hatred, racism, fascism, because we're veering on fascist authoritarianism. Right, Tim? Do you realize that? Maybe you don't. Okay. Maybe you're blind. I don't know. When Trump sends unmarked stormtrooper type people, not police, untrained but heavily armed, into cities, and the cities don't want them there, and they just make things worse. That's what a tin pot dictator would do in a third world banana republic. Imagine if Obama had done that, or Bill Clinton. Sent in kind of, well, we were calling them stormtroopers. Troopers with no ID on them, with helmets and masks and tear gas and rubber bullets. Rubber bullets? I know Obama was awful. I know that. It's in your catechism. But was Obama sending troops with rubber bullets to cities? I don't think so. I don't think so. You can refute me with a new catechism on that if you want. So the election is going to be on the left between fear, hatred, racism, and dare I say fascism. And I don't know, people that want to get along. People that want to compromise, build the country, not tear everything down. So, and we're a diverse nation, so it's all different kinds of people now. It's people from the Middle East, people from Africa, people from Asia, people from Africa. It's just people from South America, Mexico, but it's, well, so the choice is going to be a stark one. And the white men that are controlling the Republican Party, but the Democratic speaker is a woman. Okay, she was the first woman Speaker of the House. It's a woman. Now, the Republicans have a bunch of men, white men. Is there a black in the House of I don't think there's a single black. No. Tim, Rank, there's not a single black representative. Oh, there's one. He's quitting. Hurd is gone. The one that you have, he's retiring because he's had it in the House of Representatives. So I don't think there's another black Republican representative in the entire House of Representatives. That's disgusting because you guys are racist. Now you can say to me you're not, but you act and talk everything like a racist, so you might as well be one. You might as well admit it. So, and you know what? I'm surprised there isn't more violence. But frankly, we've had the violence in Portland. Apparently the stormtroopers have gone home. They've given up. Oh, I have to show you one other picture of the White House. Oh my God. The White House is now a bunker. You know what? A lot of people do not like Trump very much. Very, very, very much. It's not the Republican Party so much, although they are contributing to it. Like, I don't know, Mitt Romney seems like an okay person. I don't know. I don't think he's a criminal. I don't think he lies all the time like Trump. John McCain I liked. Actually, John McCain I liked. Yeah, we really, really dislike Donald Trump. So I was talking about the election. Now I can go on with when you people are wrong. Yes, let me do that. Let me go into this section on who's right and who's wrong. Wait a second. Okay. So let me just go over your WBCK/conservative far right wing. Far. Is it four fars or three fars? Far right wing WBCK. You have been wrong about, let's say, well, first of all, Bush 43, right? George W. You voted for him, right, in 2000 and 2004. He was a lousy president. I hope I haven't mentioned this before. Yeah, he was a lousy president. Actually, he lost the popular vote the first time, and you guys kind of stole, I think you stole Florida, and then you had the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court 5-4 voted George W. in 2000. But I think that election was stolen. That's my guess. But hey, it's a conspiracy theory. Who knows? Just a guess. Then you were wrong about the Iraq War. I've mentioned this, haven't I? Yeah, I've gone over this. Yeah, you voted for George W. You supported George W. at everything that he did, and one of the things he did was invade Iraq and lie about the weapons of mass destruction. Or he didn't. I think it was Dick Cheney that lied and came up with that excuse to go to war, but they definitely wanted to go to war with Iraq. And you supported that war, and then you bought your stupid magnetic ribbons, yellow ribbons, and then you put yellow ribbons all over town, and then you said you support the troops, support the troops, support the troops. And then the war went bad, and then it turned out to be a total disaster, complete total disaster. Now you've forgotten all that, and you support Trump, who says the war was a total disaster. So you were wrong on the Iraq War, and you were wrong on George W., even though you voted for him twice, George W. Bush. And let's see, you were wrong about John McCain in 2008? McCain, 2008. So you voted for him, he lost. He picked Sarah Palin. That was the other problem. He picked Sarah Palin as vice president, who had no clue. She was a lot like Donald Trump. Doesn't read, doesn't have a lot of it, terribly ignorant. So you were wrong in 2008 on John McCain. Then you were wrong on Mitt Romney in 2012. And Mitt Romney lost almost as badly as John McCain, I would say, but maybe not quite as bad. And you were so sure you were going to win that election. God, you were sure of that. I think it was over at about 10 o'clock. There were 5 swing states that Romney had to, or either Romney or Obama had to win. And by 10 o'clock, 3 had been called for Obama. And I said, wow, this is not even going to be close. I think I went to bed. So, and let's see, you were wrong. Well, you voted for Amash, right? You keep voting. You voted for Amash, what? When did Amash first run? 2010? Or 2012? I can't remember. Oh, we weren't in that. That's right. We were redistricted. So, let's see, we were in Wahlberg, and then we were in the 3rd Congressional. Oh, God, it gets very complicated because of gerrymandering. You know gerrymandering, right? You're going to lose gerrymandering, too, so you guys are going to lose more seats. Just saying. So you were wrong about Amash. See, Amash supported impeaching... he voted for the impeachment of your man, Bone Spurs. So you voted for Amash. I don't know how many times, and maybe, I don't know how much you praised him on WBCK, but you certainly voted for him. All the time, every time, right? In the general, surely, right? So, and you didn't criticize him. I know you wouldn't criticize a Republican on the air. That's... Okay, well, I told you all the things you were wrong about WBCK. Let's go over it again. Wrong about Bush 43, W. Bush. Wrong about the Iraq War. Wrong about John McCain. Wrong about Mitt Romney. And finally, you're wrong about Justin Amash. Representative Justin Amash. Senator McCain and Senator Romney and Governor George W. Bush and the Iraq War disaster. You supported that war. Oh, I better stop. Okay, let me go to this photograph. This is one of the stormtroopers. You guys approve of this. Wait, hey, Tim, I thought you were a libertarian. You're all worried about chips. Planted chips? Look at this guy. He's ready for World War III, Tim. And you're not? Oh, look, he's got a nice tattoo on him, too. It's an eye. Is that QAnon, Tim? What conspiracy thing is that tattoo? I don't know. Somebody mentioned it on... but he's got goggles, a respirator. Is it a camera on his helmet? And there's something on the side. And then he's got some sort of backpack. And then he's got a rifle. What is it? Is that an automatic rifle? Oh, those are for rubber bullets. I'm sorry. This is rubber bullet stuff, right? Because, and then, Tim, you being a libertarian, you might want to be concerned with this, but you're faux libertarian. you kind of like a strong government as long as they're doing what you want to do, like a strong authoritarian fascist government. This to me looks like fascism. Doesn't look like America. But this is Trump's America. You support it, Tim. So are you far right wing, or just far libertarian? Yeah, and then look at who he's confronting. Our heavily armed stormtrooper ready for World War III. It's a girl, or it's a young woman. And she'll come into the picture. Let me give you an update, is that the stormtroopers and the unmarked vehicles and the unmarked, police force, that we don't know where it came from, if they're Bureau of Prisons or if they're Border Patrol, they've left Portland. And the violence has stopped, or whatever. The protest violence has stopped. This is what I hear. Okay, I was kind of surprised that they had been withdrawn. So that stupid thing that George, and you supported it. God, do you disagree with Trump on anything? Almost nothing. So you're in the cult. So here's our stormtrooper guy confronting a woman. She has no weapons, no bricks, no, firecrackers, no gun, of course. She's not even wearing a hat. And she's got a little sign there, I suppose. Wow. Now, your catechism will say something like, she's Antifa, or she's MS13. What is the catechism on this? MS13 or Antifa? She's being paid by George Soros. None of that is true. None of that is remotely true. But, yeah. So, this is Trump's America. Actually, that is such a iconic photograph. It's you guys on the right. You're paranoid. You're filled with hate and fear, and you're ready to shoot an unarmed woman? I don't know. But so let me go to the other image. Let me just say here, while we're looking at this image, is that you have to realize that Donald Trump only won 45% of the vote. He didn't. Most people did not vote. The vast majority of people did not vote for Donald Trump. So he's unpopular from the get-go. He only got 45% of the vote. My guess is he will get even less this time, because he's more disliked. And I don't know, 42%, 43%. It may be a blue wave, depending on how horrible Trump behaves from now until election. But he was unpopular for president from the beginning. Yeah, and then here we've got, this is Donald's idea of the White House. They've erected, let's see, 2 barriers there. I don't know. You can, it's called a climb-proof barrier. This would be in a third world country. I could see that easily in a third world country. But let's see. So how many fences we got? It looks like we've got a cement barricade, a small fence, and then a tall, and I don't know what it's made of. So Donald is in his bunker. Well, that's it. I think I've exhausted. Trump is playing golf today, of course, because he played golf yesterday. We'll play golf today. We'll read nothing, do nothing about the COVID virus, and the economy is tanking. And hey, thank you. Thank you, WBCK. Remember, you guys are selling hate. You're selling fear and hatred. And racism, to a certain extent, racism and fascism. Oh, whatever. I'm done.
Access Vision. Your voice,